Let's talk about how to stretch a stiff back. This is on my mind today. I've been talking with clients about it, and we're going to stretch a stiff back by not stretching your back at all. We're going to use a brain-based approach, which is going to be through your visual system. Let's try this out. So right now, I'm going to stand like this. Feel free to do this as you can and are comfortable with. I'm going to rotate as far as I can to the left. I want you to notice how far you can go. So I am marking myself on the wall here. I can get to the corner of this wall to my left. And let me try a couple times. And I notice some stiffness in my spine. Okay, kind of middle to the left side of my rib cage. It's definitely stiff. Now, we typically have heard this before. We know this, that our eyes lead the way, right? Wherever our eyes go, our head follows, and hopefully our body also follows our head. So what I want you to do is I want you to just look to the left. Look left, and then come back to the center. Look left, come back to the center. I want you to do that about 10 times. Look left, come back to the center. Look left. Just with your eyes, not your head. Good. Now we're going to repeat this rotation to the left. Yeah, baby. I went about, 5-10 degrees further. So my spine released looking in that direction. Let's try it over to the right side. Rotate to the right. I am much stiffer to this right side. I'm not even achieving 90 degrees right now. I am super stiff. Okay, now I'm going to look to the right. Look to the right, come back to the center. Look to the right, come back to the center. Let's do this a few times. Try to stay nice and relaxed as you're doing this. Now, we're exercising our eyes, and there's a bunch of brain activity going on right now, but who really cares? We're mostly concerned about how our back feels when we rotate. Let me come back to it. I'm going to rotate to the right. Love it. Again, I got a 5 to 10 degree improvement on right rotation. You see what we're doing here? Instead, we want better spinal motion. We want our back to feel better. Now, we can do the stretches and all that stuff. Roll it out, massage it, whatever. As long as you're getting the results you're looking for. But we can move the eyes in the direction we want to go, and that can help tremendously because the eyes are connected via the brain to the back muscles, right? Experiment with this on your own. If there is a specific motion that you move your body in that induces some pain or discomfort in your spine, try looking in that direction. Try simply practicing looking in that direction about 10 or 15 times and see if that helps your spine move better. In a lot of cases, it does. If you're having trouble tying your left shoe, that's bending over down to the left. I want you to practice just looking down and left 10 or 15 times and see if that helps. If you have pain or discomfort when you reach up and rotate to the right, I want you to practice looking up and to the right with just the eyes 10 to 15 times. If you find some value out of practicing these eye motions, you're going to want to sprinkle it in throughout your day. You're going to want to think of it as an exercise, a therapeutic rehab exercise that you want to complete minimum 1 time a day, probably preferably more like 5 times a day. All right, get those eyes moving to fix that back. Thanks for joining me today. For more tips, follow me, subscribe for brain-based approach learning to chronic pain, concussion, rehabilitation, and some awesome fun stuff.